Good day. Welcome to another episode of Inside Crypto, where with Oleg Hedge we tell you what we think, what we believe about crypto, and I hope it has value because I have an irresistible feeling that a very large part of hedge funds in the world at the same time thinks quite similarly. Well, we focus primarily, as you know, on manipulations and liquidation levels. The last episode was quite a while ago, so I will focus only on what happened right after the publication to draw conclusions and show you the value of these levels we are talking about. And this is a chart from before, and this is a chart from around March 23, and here we were making the case that, well, these levels here are levels of liquidation, meaning potential accumulation of long positions. And here we overlaid these horizontal lines as potential supports where hedge funds might want to drive the price down to these levels to kick out players from the market. And these are potential support levels. As you can see, they nicely defended this level. We had a rebound. Of course, this doesn't work indefinitely because later these levels change, but even if you extend it to the end, you'll see that it initially worked as support and later very much as resistance, and I believe much more in this type of analysis than in analysis. And let's see what's ahead. And ahead we have on Bitcoin liquidation levels, beautiful at $78,000, and this is actually the only level to buy, and it's a beautiful level, truly a beautiful level. The probability that the market will reach there is quite high, or in other words, even if it does reach there, the chance that this level will hold is quite significant. Why? Because look how nicely it stands out above the levels of accumulated demand. This is important. Well, because it's important because, well, what's the point of creating manipulation if there's huge competition to enter a position? And here it's about the fact that the relationship between these liquidations and pending orders, meaning the interest in a given level, is very favorable here. And it's similar in the other direction at 83,700. Quite a large amount from 82 to 84, a large number of liquidations. And here I would also be surprised if the market didn't take the opportunity. If some hedge funds didn't take the opportunity to clear this out and load up on short positions, meaning for the coming week, buying at 78, selling at 83,700, and we'll see in a week how this turned out. And Ethereum, also a summary of this episode. From March 23rd, we also applied these accumulation levels. Here, this level, the first level, was actually off. Those were the levels that were off. But the next support, that is, it worked nicely for some time. And here we see the first level. It was later used as resistance. Because what is happening? Hedge funds that want to manipulate, to push investors out of the market, even if they gathered long positions here, they didn't manage to profit from it. So later they waited and threw out at the first opportunity to evacuate from the market. Since the level didn't work, then exit on the return. So these are levels of resistance, support, but not determined by technical analysis, rather from these liquidation levels, which I definitely believe in more than in analysis. And so what's ahead? Well, looking ahead, see here on Ethereum, which is in great disfavor. I told you that it's a poor asset, that Bitcoin, yes, but Ethereum, well, I don't see it too well. And as you can see, it completely fell apart. Well, it's knocked down. And we have, for the upcoming week, if you're buying, then look here. Liquidation around 1480 points. And the market might attempt here. So here, long positions on short positions, well, here they are too close. It's not even worth talking about it because it's clear that the market will probably reach here. Well, but 1588 with some short take profit and higher at 1630 And here too, a very nice opportunity to exit long positions or take short positions. And next week, we'll summarize how it turned out. And that's all for today's episode. Thank you very much for your attention. You were with Tomasz Piwanski, the manager of the Solution One Fund. See you next week.